Yeah, I'm live. Hi, YouTube. Hello. We are going to play Ace Attorney. Trying to figure out if we may be able to find who the suspect is. So let's go. How am I going to do this? Oh wait, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Pop out chat. And then there. Whee! We got it. There you go. Sorry for the a little bit of the delay. Hi, Wabi! Honey, I'm home. I'm good. How are you? Oh, and don't forget that I have a challenge going on in my redeems for to play my very first game. I'm doing good. How are you, gorgeous, handsome, gorgeous, pretty Wabi? How you doing? Um, where's my brain? What am I doing? Where am I? Who am I? What was I supposed to do? I wanted to do something. Oh yeah, and I also have micro escape going on where you can just idle away doing your own little tiny thing in a little world, and yeah, where you can just make your little, what's it called, doll thingy character. There you go, character, doing its own thing, and yeah, and it just idles away. Let me give you the, there you go. Here's the site. And we have, of course, exclamation mark fish if you are doing, if you are catching the legendary, and meaning the legendary is me. I have to pie my face with cream. So you can do that if you want to. Can we do a little shout out for Wabi? Alright, and let's continue because we are waiting for who the hell is the suspect. Motive for murder. Thank you, mods. Oh no, this is the wrong one. Hold up. Here it is. There you go. Motive for murder. It's true. I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. Is it a mirror? I have pushed against all that though. I have tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This one thing. It's the one thing I want to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I am sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews. All I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note, and that someone was Juan Corrida. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Corrida to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that blood reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. Oh, yeah, as if that is not the truth, even now. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have to work to do so. I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted self harm, I do like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, if people found out about my weakness, I I would sooner choose to die than live. All right, I understand. We keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she is the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with the card in her hand since a little while back. The card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? This? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. Okay. What is it? It looks like a seashell. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. I'm not remembering something clearly. Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Engarde in your capable hands. Examine. Oh no, I don't have to examine. Eeh. Okay, no, examine. We have to move to Law and Co. Oh, hi. Hi, Pearls. Well, I think we have gathered about all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is he alright? Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all of this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You are really tired, right? Oh no. Okay, really. Fine, I really am. You don't look fine to me. Um, no, not hotel. Take it. I need to go to the hallway and then to the Viola Hall. Hotel lobby and then Cohen Lawn. Mm. Sorry, I am trying to have a chat on my phone so I don't miss anyone. Chat again. So what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impact's self harm note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Beep 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 beep. Ah, Mr. Dink, the transceiver. Beep. Hello, Wright and Co. Law Office. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Phew. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend, at any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait! Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask my Maya, is that you? Yes. Sis, ask my sis. Beep. Maya, Maya. Damn it. He cut me off. Mystic Maya said, ask my sis. Didn't she? Sis, what does he mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. Sigh. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Ah, up. Mia! I have a message for Maya. So come, ask me anything you want about her. Hulk, my situation. How's Maya? She's safe. For now. That kidnap is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she is safe. But Maya, how did you know? As soon as he was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper. The kidnapper. What's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was struck there. And she didn't see the face for her. She didn't see the face of her attacker. Ah, Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were, when you were with her. Date question mark. Time question mark. Location question mark. Me, I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. She's kidnapped and she wants to go for an apple pie. Right. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. Well, I know. Maybe it is true. Sweets are good. For that, I will open up my um, cocktail. I don't really think I can say the word. What this martini cocktail is like. Dot martini. You know, this one. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't really think I can say the word now that I'm live on YouTube. All right, I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Says, I wonder if you are with Nick right now. Um, hold up. 7. Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Well, I think we have seen that card before. It kind of looks like a business card. There's no name on it. Hmm. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. Well, that is quite curious. What a strange card. There's all sorts of things spelled up here. Oh, I thought you were a monk with your dance emote, but it's too dark to see. What's this? It feels like there are a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty. Darn. Rot. It's locked. Hmm. But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. What to feed, the hero always use a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. Wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Ah, that's it! The shell card. If I use this, maybe I can. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. The lick? I did it. Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried. Did we escape? To be continued. Oh no. Oh boy. Yes, I do want to say I think that is a very smart idea of me. Going back. How was everyone's Friday, by the way? How is everyone? I am so sorry. I haven't even talked about that. I'm always forgetting to ask that. I'm so sorry. I'm not selfish. I'm just forgetting to ask. Oh my goodness. It's the same thing with my friends. A lot of friends are asking me like, "Hey Rose, how's it going? What's going with life?" And then I will just talk, and they will ask the questions, and the question will come, it, and then like an hour later, I'm thinking like, "Hey, I need to ask all of those questions back at you because I want to know what happens to you too, and what happened in your life, and what you are doing, and how you are doing." I'm always forgetting. Adrian, did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman wouldn't couldn't do anything like that. In court today there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring of breeze. Alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Mia, we must get a complete acquittal today. I know. But I can't focus on my situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Let's get going. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. It's him. Beep. This is Wright. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney, the day of the trial. Maya, she is unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You figure out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win today's contest, if you please. Wait! Hi, Tigress! How you doing? I was Wizard 101. The cat never sent me a present. I'm doing good. A bit tired, a bit lazy today. Didn't do much. Love playing it again. Oh, nice. Yeah, today was felt just like a Friday. Like the week is over, we finally have weekend, and even though my weekend is very busy this week, well, tomorrow the entire day I'm free, and then in the evening I'm going out to eat. I'm going to have Korean barbecue, which is absolutely wonderful. And then Sunday I have a birthday of a friend. Yeah, I'm always, and it's for my birthday. I'm always going with my friends going to a Korean barbecue. It is one of my favorite things that I'm looking out for throughout the year. I'm always going there. Like, yo, friends, I want to go out to eat this year for my birthday, and we're going to eat Korean. If you have it in England, in the UK, I would recommend it. If you eat meat, it's a lot of meat though, a lot of meat. It is very fun, a very fun experience. And if you have a good one, you have a lot of side dishes. Who was that? I think we do. I have never been heard people talk about it. Yes. Now, well, Korea is now Korean food is very popular right now. It's because of K-pop. No one. It's has nothing to do. Like, oh, um, it has nothing to do with you. So forget you heard anything. Thank you, too. Thank you for the look. Yes, then you would absolutely love a tigress. Then you would absolutely love it. This is. Let me show you. I'm going to show you. I have now so many cables everywhere. It's literally a cable labyrinth on my table. Korean barbecue. You can also do it at home. I will uh look show you a very luxe version of Korean barbecue, but this is how a spread can look like. And this is how my spread would look like tomorrow. With the sushi and the fried chicken and an ebi fry and all of the kimchi and all of the meat and soju, tteokbokki. Oh, you have all kimbap, all of the things. I'm going to make a picture and a video about it tomorrow if I'm not forgetting. I am not a kind of influencer that is very good at making pictures of my food. I am where am I? Here I am. Whenever I think like, oh yeah, I should make a picture, I have already eaten the half of it. I'm always putting purposely my phone in my bag so I don't grab it. Because if I have my phone at my back with me, I would just look at it and I just go and scroll on YouTube or on Instagram or do something with it that I'm not supposed to be doing when I'm out. So I'm purposely putting my phone in the bag so I won't reach out for it. So I am always forgetting by the time that I think like, oh wait, I have to make a picture. I there's nothing anymore to make a picture about. But I will try. I will try to make a picture. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Did your nose just get longer? Did it? I don't really think it did. It didn't. Alright, let's get into the testimony, you peeps. We are going to try and find out today who the suspect. Are we able to get it? Are we able to find suspect? With the little with the woman that is going to whip us the entire time again. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt and Guard. Are the prosecution and the defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. Where's the defense? I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor, please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor von Karma has This morning, Miss von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. Okay, I didn't really like 100% Miss von Karma because he was always whipping us, but that doesn't really mean that I actually wanted her to die. If she's not dead, I'm sorry. I didn't. What? Shot? Somehow. I think that is the present that the man was talking about. His present? Miss von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. Thi- thi- This, this is totally insane. Miss von Karma, is he alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad about that. That's good. Phew. You're. I thought he showed up. Edward! Your Honor. Due to the circumstances with Miss Francisca von Karma cannot appear in court today, I, Miles Edwards, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready. Naturally, I'm gonna look at you very angry. Miss von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked this case over and familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt and Guard. The court acknowledged the prosecution. Right? I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Kumshu to the witness stand. Witness your name and occupation. My name is Dick Kumshu, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Kumshu. Prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Kumshu. Yes, sir. Up. I'm also going to do that. Up. Now, let's have your testimony. Let's be serious right now. If you want to explore, can you still see me? Yes, you can. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Get ready, Phoenix. It is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah, I would have to be with Edwards as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Tell me this answer you finally found, Edwards. What? Bare facts of the case. Dun dun dun. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believed he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. That is very weird answer. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room? Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their rooms. After this, I'm back. I see. Mr. White, you may begin your cross examination. Ooh, I started The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt yesterday um, as a offline game that I want to play offline from stream. But I'm starting to get to understand the game. And now I actually have to stop playing because I actually want to play that game on um, on stream. I thought The Witcher 3 would be very hard to understand what is actually going on with the controls and stuff. But I think Ghost of Tsushima and the Adventures of Elliot making it a little bit um, easier to understand on how the controls work and the game play works. High time. Let's see, Tigris, do you have any luck? It's very fun that it's only one time that this made it. Oh, it is an epic though. It is a powder blue tongue. But you almost have 25,000 gold. 25,000 gold. I have to do something for that. But I don't know. What should I do? But then again, you are literally. I think you are the like leaderboard, the leader of the leaderboard. of So you're going to win then automatically if I'm going to do something with that. Okay, we're going to do the cross examination. So I'm not going to play anymore The Witcher. So now I have to figure out of what I want to um play offline because I almost finished with well, I'm now start okay, the thing I start to understand the gameplay, but all of the potions and stuff I don't understand. The potions and the things that you can buy and the swords and like that I don't understand. I use no potions. Oh, okay. So yeah, that I don't understand, but for the rest, I'm starting to get into, and I think Ghost of Tsushima and the Adventures of Elliot made me understand because I tried The Witcher 3 times. The first time I was absolutely sucky with it. Was sucky with even the tutorial. Thought like, I have really know what the hell I'm doing. I'm always dying. Well, not really dying, but I am unable to get the man that I'm supposed to be hurting. I don't know. So I thought, you know what? I'm done. It's just done. I'm not gonna play it. And then the third time, it was the same exact same thing. Tried to play it, didn't work out. I was done. Then I tried to play it for because at the beginning of my stream journey this year, my PC wasn't out of nowhere not working anymore. So I just my entire PC would just stop working. So I played The Witcher 3 to see if that was working because The Witcher 3 is quite a heavy game. Yeah. So I only played that just to see if it was working for my stream, and it didn't. It didn't. So I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna play any other game, turn-based games. But I think Ghost of Tsushima is now making its way for the action RPG. Like to play The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption. Maybe if we are maybe going to go for 500 followers or something, I maybe go and play one of the Source game because I'm also very curious about that. That is going to be very, very, very hard though to play any of the Source game, but I'm quite curious to play it. I'm quite open, and I think the Source game that I want to play is probably Life of Pi because it is a Source game, but it's not like Dark Souls or Elder the Elden Ring. Even though I think the Elden Ring is also very interesting to play. Mm. But yeah, I think that is going to be a little goal for 500 followers. Now I should get to 300 followers to the cosplay stream. Wow, brain, you're no brain. All right. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. Was found dead in his hotel room. After looking in the cars, we believed he was definitely murdered, sir. Press. The cause of death. Wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in his chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, Paul. Take a good, hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn to this, his bandana. Or oyster. Have any one of you tried an oyster? I don't really think I like mussels, cooked mussels, but oysters? It feels so slimy. Ugh. Banana? Banana? It's his bandana, sir. Banana? Banana! That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, yes. I see. His banana scented bandana. His banana scent bandana. Wow. Then what about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. Hmm. We have the crafty murderer on our hands here. Autopsy report added to the courtroom. Strangled with a scarf. Stabbed with a knife. Oh boy. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. And why did you think that? Because it was empty, Palm. The ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? Judge, I don't really think that you should be doing that because you are now influencing the courtroom. I don't really think a judge should be doing that. We thought of that too, but the only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? Hmm. I see. Ah, so much for my theory then. Empty. There's some water, but only on the top of the lid. There's Corrida's fingerprints. I thought it was blood. It would be so much color it was blood though. However, we later found out that the guitar case has nothing to do with the murder. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at Gateway Hotel that night. Well done. Where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV station studio. The victim Juan Cordia, Corrida. There you go. Had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Sorry, my sister is texting me, and she is now at the other side of the world. So she is going into a very tiny airplane. Yikes! To get back to here, getting back to the Netherlands. After freaking 3 weeks, that little bitch went 3 weeks on a holiday, and the other side on the freaking world, of the other side of the globe. The fucker. No, I'm happy for her. I'm happy. I'm happy. I hope next year that I'm able to go maybe to Italy with a friend of mine. I really, really, really want to go back there. Because I fell in love with Italy 9 years ago. 9? I'm 31. 10 years ago. Oh damn. 10 years. 10 years? It's been so long. It's been 10 years ago I went back to Italy. Not back, I went for the very first time to Italy. I was 21. Bro. Damn. 10 years. Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. Hmm. I believe that's enough. First. First, I have to get back to my guide. There you go. And second, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately, uh, excuse me, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to the next point. Why then did the police arrest Met and Garde? And Garde, because there was a reason, there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes, it looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well, detectives consume. Please testify. English. Stupid English. Please testify about this matter. Yes, sir. Why arrest and guard? Matt and Guard and John Corrida were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there is the jamming ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja costume and was found in Mr. Engarde's hakama. The defender's fingerprints were also all over the knife. Have these again? Um, the defendant bought the knife for the crime. Bought the knife? I don't think so. I don't think that he bought it. Which makes this a premeditated murder. Oh my god. Hell no. That didn't happen at all. No, no. Now I can put my phone there and then here. Because my phone had to be on. Yep. Um Oplader had to be on a charger. There you go. I know English. I know my English. I know my English very well. Look at me. Um, so the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. Knife added to the court record. And there is this button that was found in the defender's clothes, was it? Hmm. And is this button also covered in blood? Yes, and we know that blood on it is the victim's blood. What? Jamming ninjas? Be right back, lucky time. Okay. Have good walkies. Thank you, Kimmy. All of this points very clearly to the defendant. Oh wait, all of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? A purge. Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet? White? No, no. No, no, no. We are not done yet. No, no, no. No. I find a hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. I cannot do that. I cannot say the R. I'm a Latina and I cannot say the R. There you go. Why arrest and guard? And guard. Matt and Guard and John Corrida were huge rivals with each other. They each thought that the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammy's ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja costume and was found in Miss and Guard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also over the knife. The defender brought the knife for the crime, which makes it this a premeditated murder. Present. Yes. Objection! Wait a second. Truly. What? So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simple that my client bought a knife beforehand. That's why, Palm, the defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you will see what I'm talking about. Huh? It has a gate water seal set into the handle. Gate water? I think I've heard. I think I have heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel. Oh. Hey, you can now tell the time, Chucky. You have a watch? The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. Right. Yes. That is very true. This is a very big. What? Why is it, Mr. Edwards? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. Right? Determined. Determined. There you go. How, how so? I admit this knife is hotel property. There's no one currently on the police force that's dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't know. The question is, where did this knife come from? Why, why is this obvious? It came from from the victim, Mr. Corrida's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate at least. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. Before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like you. I'd like to draw. I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. It's a knife. There's a knife and a fork on the table. Oh my god. Then where in the world did this knife come from? If it is please if we could if it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt and Garde. Oh, there is no knife, especially what was on top of his table. There's something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints. And while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Mettingard's knife was missing. G- Mr. Engard had gone to Mr. Engard had gone to the victor's room with the knife uh, he had used during the dinner. Why would he carry a knife on his visit? And with that, I believe the prosecution had proven this was a premeditated murder. There was a lot of text in a visual novel. Amazing, Mr. Ashwood. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliant, clear production. I have to see this again. Come on. What the hell, hay fever? It had been raining today. How can I have hay fever right now? And why? It seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it. Yep, we did. A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There's quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your honest time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Evidence not yet shown? He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? Well, I have nothing to say. What you mean? Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. And will answer with something wrong here. That gavel of his will be ringing out the sound of our defeat. Excuse me. Mr. White, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court? No, not right now. No. Actually, I do. There is one. One piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see. Mr. White, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I'm giving you one chance, and only one chance. What the judge is saying, White, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. You may now present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court? It's the wine glass. I have to sneeze again. I don't have to sneeze, but it is there. It literally sits there. Um, the wine glass. We have to show the wine glass. This is a wine glass, is it not? Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The face was broken. His makeup is all over the floor. There's these were all the things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser. Hmm. Well, yes, I see your point. However, this glass that is sitting on the top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant a further consideration. Well, what do you all have to say? Ah, well, yes, it is a little peculiar. Yes, it isn't it? I thought it was. You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edwards, what is it, Your Honor? Your opinion? You don't seem need my opinion, because there is no special meaning of that glass. What? It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place by the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, was.
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet
Yes,
I did.
yes, indeed, you did. No, Fat, you did. Thank you. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. Hmm, that does that does sound very plausible, Mr. White. Could Miss Andrews really have set the glass down without thinking? There's no way. If I appear weak here, the trial's over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty. They just might fall for it, if you are thought provoking enough. The defenses would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. Thank you, Narfed. Thank you for the look. You have turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edwards, do you have any proof to back up your claim? There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. White, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. What? What? You're not thinking hard enough today, White. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Then, of course, it has been truly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints. There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defenders. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews. What? Wine glass updated in the courtroom. That is why I said that the person who discovered the body had left it there. What if the murderer had left it there? And then Adrian Andrews is the murderer. Could it be? Could it be? Or is that too easy? Are we done here, Mr. White? I can't believe I fell into another trap. Mr. Andrews was probably holding the class when she went to see Mr. Corrida. What was the reason why she went to Mr. Corrida? What's the reason? Tell me the reason. What's the reason? But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Now, do you see? Right? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. Too well, if I say so myself. I have thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. Well, from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover. Well, wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from. Another witness? Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? He's probably helping us. Probably. Hopefully. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Dot 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 dot. Witness, your name and occupation. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Ah, ha, gotcha. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier. Oh, Archie boy, it's been what a year since we. It's been what? A year since we have last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet it was the wicked witch of the witness stand? I was the wicked witch of the West. I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything, and even things that don't have to do with the terrible crime, Miss Witness. That terrible crime is all the court needs to know. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Oof. Shush. I am talking to my dear Etsy Wetsy right now. Don't interrupt us. Rams. Yes, ma'am. No, 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 no. Please, by all means, interrupt her. Please. Ahem. Anyways, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Etsy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was a security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Olbeck? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for me, my little heart to handle. You mean you were a fan of the victim? Look, everyone is crazy over that Engard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something, but not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real boy. A real man, Juan Corrida. Um, but those were the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was patient in front of his room that night. Very well, please. So, the courtroom you witnessed the night of what you witnessed tonight. The death of Rose T. Police. Read the words and speak them out loud. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. There you go. Wow. Leave it to me, Achipu. Yikes. I don't want to be friends with her at all. What you witnessed. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye on the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was Engard, Matt Engard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. Hmm. So Mr. Engard came out of the fitness room. See, it was has to be him. He is the murderer. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross examination. Well, let's go. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure I keep a good eye. Then that's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of the bed. It was Engard, Matt Engard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. Press. You saw my client? Are you sure about that? Yes, say. Really? Annoying Brad. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. The person's clothes. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome young man! What a troublesome man you are, really. As if something like that matters, but it does. Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he is always wearing. That racing jacket. Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Hmm, man, pantaloons? That is an old word. Isn't pantaloons like the thing that they were wearing under the skirts back in the day? Like those very long, like, um, sport leggings? Something like that? Or am I wrong? Or wait, or pantaloons, jeans? I don't know. I could be thinking, I could be thinking a bit too far in that one. Let me look it up. Pantaloons. Pantaloons. Nope, I'm right. It's those things that you see from. Let me Google it. Pantaloons. Look, those are the pantaloons. They were wearing this under the skirts and stuff. At least back in the day, and I think also like pants. But I think they were wearing it mostly under skirts. At least I think it was. Yeah. Pants. In other words, its pants. um, White. So, Mr. White, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? Mm, it was very important. Of course, it was important, Your Honor. Objection! Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. Don't you see, Edgeworth? Edgeworth. Your Honor, I will guess what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you are going with this. But alright, witness, please. Ah, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason. Girl, you are the true definition of a Karen. Alright? You are the true definition of a freaking Karen. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show. Percent. Ninjas. And then this one, the button. Objection! Miss Oldbag. What? Don't say my name for no reason. Nah. Don't you know what this is? Ah, it's button number 2 on the Jamming Ninjas custom. She's getting a lot of accents. Now I know she is an obsessive fan. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I punish you with this. Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want the button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Engard's body during a full body search. See? See? This button proved beyond a shadow of a doubt it was the rascal Engard. It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai Akama pants. See? See? And Engard is the nickel samurai. Witness? Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Engarde, was wearing his usual racing jacket? Uh, well, I can change my I can change my record, right? Ah, I am so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the 20th dress, but instead I have to put this outfit is hideous, right? It's heavy, so heavy. I wish I would have. Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Engard, the man, but Mr. Engard, the Nickel Samurai. But when you think about it, they are really one and the same anyway. Miss Orbeck, this is very important point. This is a very important point we are talking about. Echipoo, don't you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a chance. Mm. witness. Think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. All right, if you insist. I should be the one signing, not you. They're very annoying witnesses, I have to say. They're always chasing their testimonies. Always. And guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to the post ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn the Nickel Samurai costume when he was stepping Portu one. My god, I knew it. Hi Black Atlas, how you doing? I knew you would say he was inside a costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside the costume? Don't be a bad little boy, thinking such rude things. But but the possibility does exist. Ah, young'uns today. I told you there's no way it was anyone else. How how do you know that? Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. Right. At least he is just as delightful a witness as he was a year ago. Mr. White, you may cross examine the witness. Alrighty. You're fine. Good to hear. I hope you had a good Friday. Or have a good Friday. Alright. And guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai. That's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket and now he's not. Not too long ago. Then let me ask you this: when when you were eating pity, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the Purplish Court. So what? See? And look at where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier, who puts any weight into things like that? That the now is everything. I can be held responsible for the past. Yes, Ulbeck. Yes, you can. If that means that the murderer now literally can walk away from it by literally saying, "You cannot hold me responsible for the best." Ulbeck is stupid. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? All that matters is that man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough? Ooh, Press Orbeck's claim that it was Nico Samurai that I saw him. We got a achievement. Um, you had to go. So yeah, I have to do this and then present the knife. But we are going to take a little ad break before we are going to present the knife. I'll be right back in 3 minutes. Minuten time. My goodness, oh, you left me a hand. Oh my god, that is wow. Thank you so much, eh? Thank you so much. You are absolutely adorable. That is something that I didn't have. See? I don't have hands at all. Absolutely absolutely not. Yay! Yay! Oh my goodness! Now that door is fucking open. Yes, of course that door. Oh my god! This is the reason why I love it. This is the fucking reason why I love it. Three, two, one. Nope.
Sure you can handle it, Elliot.
Can I? Can I? Can I? You freaking... I hope you sleep well. If you are reading, let me know what you are reading. I love to know what people are reading. Yikes. Looks like a thunderstorm rolling in. I just hope the lights hold. Oh. No, it doesn't. Oh my goodness. Holy shit, it's a dragon! It's a motherfucking dragon! Oh, Harry Potter third book. Oh, nice, nice. I have read Harry Potter all. Okay, okay.
Mozzarella on a stick. This thing looked an awful lot like
Okay.
Steve's old stage
So-
girl.
Oh, okay. Yes, I will do it. I will give you an idea. What? Oh my dear. Wow. I... Nope. Never mind. You sound the same.
What you
I guess-
doing? Thank you for the dirty biddies. Thank you for gentify the emote. Thank you. I hope your stream is going good. I hope your what are you doing again? Let me see. Short them decks, I hope they are going good. Let me give you a little shout out at the monk. Let's go back into the game and present the knife. Objection! Please take a look at this. Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you try to scare me with that, I have you know it won't work. No, no, no. That's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? I have to turn her down. I have to go back to look in her chat. 1 moment. I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry, chat. Yes, thank you, Chucky. Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defender's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you are driving at? That's exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? At whose cars are we driving? My car. You're driving my car. That's what you're doing. if you're if ow, I wonder why it's and literally only my left ear that is actually hurting and not my right ear. Well, my right is actually also starting to hurt, but still. Um, if Mr. Engard was really um in a Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on the knife right off. Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? Objection! He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show, which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say about Miss Edward's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory? There is a contradiction. We are slamming the table a lot of times. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Engard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Present the knife. This knife, this was used by Mr. Engard at the dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't. Wouldn't he? Would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from what the freak is that was supposed supposed supposition supposition one. I have freaking no idea. I do not know, yet I don't know. And one more time, if the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be the glove marks left in the knife. Which means the defender's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. That brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Oh my god! Order! Oh, order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame Matt Engard. It's to frame my client, Mr. Engard, of course. To frame. Objection! Aren't you forcing interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw Nico Samurai in the costume, and if that was true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Witness! Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh? Achipoo? Hmm. Witness, did you or did you not really see the Neko Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but are you saying you mixed up Mr. Engard with the Neko Samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about it now. Look, I was waiting around in front of that doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for Neko Samurai, that's for sure. He wasn't waiting for the Neko Samurai. Alright then. Who were you waiting around for then? Hmm, that's top secret to anyone outside of security. I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. June Corrida. Am I correct, witness? Ha 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 ha. The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Sightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? That's your question, Judge? That's your question? Um, as Orbach was waiting around in the front of the fitness room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida. Maybe Phoenix, maybe the Orbach was waiting around for that person. If it is who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. It's Orbach. You were waiting for this person to come out of the fitness room, weren't you? Adrian Andrews. Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Engard's manager. But why would the defense manager be in the fitness room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is. Well, this is. Ha! I see. That just seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Hmm, looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness? What in the world are you? Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation in secret. Of course. But, what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Right. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about the secret information. Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of your younguns. I'm sure we are all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we are 10 years old. Ratatatatata. Secret information. That Engard is one evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan's by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet. Okay? The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court. What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying the truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this, madam, and found the truth that the article proposed is, in fact, baseless gossip. But should this be the truth? then this proves that the defender bear did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Now then, Mr. White, you may cross-examine the witness. Be careful, the Orbeck seems rather excited right now. That's right, and God is nothing but... I cannot read that fast. Oh, come on. Well, as the old saying goes, what? Well, don't do this to me, you stupid Xbox controller. Good. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. The danger zone! Alright, we can go through this, and do this, and do that one. And then I have to present Lotta's camera. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Huh? It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection denied. What? Try to think before you make accusation, Mr. Wright. Huh? Whoops, that didn't go so well. Send. But the guide says let us. Oh, I have to press. I had to press it and not present it. Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that is true, then how do you know this secret information? Well, that's because I'm up. Well, yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drill a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? Present evidence. So no one else is supposed to know this secret information is correct? If that is true, then why do you know it, Miss Ulbeck? What? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that! Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? And then I have to present the camera. The investigative photographer Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing. On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No. I say impressions. Then everything written on the piece of paper is completely meaningless. Ah, that's it. That's the note. Ha! No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Then you are in. Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note. I'm a huge fan of Yuan. That's why. That infamous puffy haired whippersnapper. She's walking with that evil Engard. She said so herself. Engard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. She was only checking what she had written. Tipo, you believe me, don't you? Nah, I was only trying to help like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match with your vintage wine. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just once. She looks like she is really sorry. Should I forgive her? Absolutely not. Far more pressure. If I let up on her now, she get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Let's go, Chad. Let's go. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was the note. Is this correct? Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible lonely trash can. That's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility on the scrutiny again, Miss Olbeck? I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. I have to present Lotte's camera again. Miss Olbeck! That note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie 1600 camera disappeared on me." Why, witness? What is it, Cramps? Slamming again on the table. If you have the note, then it is only logical that you have the camera too. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is that the camera you're looking for? Ah, that's what? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know? I still emails like you. I fall in love and borrow things from people. Stealing is not borrowing, okay? It's not. No way. I think your definition of borrow is a little off. I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said Steinbeck celebrity photographer extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures he had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things. No, you're just nosy. I'm very, very nosy, Allback. We must examine them at once. Well, Mr. Ashwood, what do we have? There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. It's the pants again. This is the nickel samurai. See, I told you that's the guy I saw. This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. Not as bodyguard added to the courtroom. What does this all mean, Mr. Edwards? This photo by itself does not prove that the person in the that the person in it is oh my goodness, Rose. Come on. The photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in this own confession, Mr. Engard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his nickel samurai costume. If that is the case, then this nickel samurai is the defendant. Oh my goodness. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? If this photo it really is decisive, then we are done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would be put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can make a mistake here. there's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there is something strange with it. Alright, Chicky. There's there's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edwards? I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster. Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you are planning to do, Mr. White? Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. Oh wait, I have to save here. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct? Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance to go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts? Now then, let's hear your objection. What about. Okay. It says choose the right part in front of the left foot. Yeah? Which right part? There? The strange thing is somewhere around here, I think. Somewhere around here, I think. Am I seeing something you are not seeing? It looks like there was no problem with this photo after all. The problem was with the brain of the liar, Your Honor. Wait, you are the one who let your chance fly away from you. Well, that's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant mad and God. Guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That's all. This court is adjourned. Well, that went wrong. Let's try again. What is choose the right part in front of the left foot? Alright. Let's see. Like the left foot is this. Or could they meaning this? Okay, that was not is either. Alright, this is going to be a little bit tricky. There's a white part in front of the left foot. What does it mean? Left foot.
Here then. Okay, that was not it either. Oh no, are we going to stay here for like an hour? On the front of the left foot. Which there's so many wild things here. What do you mean? Let me see if I can find another guide that maybe is a little bit more. Um, which case is this? Let me see. Farewell, my turnabout. Farewell, my turnabout. Phoenix. Wright is attorney. Um, Rock. Full. Farewell. Farewell. Isle. Well, that is not a white part in front of. It's literally the white part on there. Oh my god. Why does it say in the other guide that I have to point? Xerox! Why does it say choose the right part? Oh, on the front of the left foot. Yeah, on the front of the left foot. Okay, maybe I have read it wrong. Okay, maybe it's my fault. I would like to direct court's attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankles. Hi! Thank you, Ixie! Thank you for the alert. That would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does this mean? What does that mean? The costumes person in this photo could not have been Mr. Engard. What does this mean? What is the meaning of this? Objection! I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama. Oh, you can see the feet. His socks. You can see his socks. Let me give you a shout out, by the way, Xerox. There you go. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up his walk. Just to walk. There's only one explanation for this.
The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Oh, my back. My back, my back. Alright, I think I have turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth is unusual calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself. As, as if he is only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all. Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not met and guarded, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. Uh-oh. He's not saying anything. Hi, Saucy. How you doing, boy? How you doing, handsome? Let me give you a shout out. Oh, I do have to be there. Falling with this horse. How you doing? Happy Friday. Phoenix Wright goes good. I am in the last game, the first case. I forgot how long these cases were. They're quite long. It's now like my third stream that I'm doing this case. But it's going okay. I'm doing the achievement run, so I'm actually just playing it with a guide. So it's quite like a couple of minutes ago I had a little bit of difficulties to get the clicking on the right point on the pants. And this case is a little bit. Do you want to play this game, Saucy? Or have you played this? Because I don't want to give you any spoilers by accident. It does fall in your corner of games with the visual novel. But I don't want to accidentally spoil you if you want to play. Okay. Great. Like there was a part that I had to click the pants, and on the guide I read it like you have to click on the white part in front of the pants, and I thought like, yeah, which freaking part do you mean? There are so many white parts out there. Which white part do you mean? But I totally read it wrong. It was at the front of the pants that I had to click on it. And Edgeworthy is back again, so that is fun. So yeah, I have after this I have 2 more cases, and then I will going back to Final Fantasy 2. And that will take a couple of weeks. And probably after Final Fantasy 2, even though that probably will take me a couple of months, or maybe at least 2 months, I think. There's another. Have you heard? I think that is also. Do you like a little bit of horror-y games? Because there is one, and this one is also from oh god, what is Square Enix. I just found a couple of months ago that was from Square Enix. It's called Paranormal Site: The Seven Mysteries of Honjo. This one is quite interesting. I have started to play it a couple of years ago. I think last year. I started to play this last year. It's very interesting. I just got stuck with a puzzle that I was unable to get through. But it is a very, very interesting gameplay.
and a very interesting story. I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know how far, but it is very, very interesting. I've never played this like this any other kind of visual novel before. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting. Paranormal side, and it already has a second one, which I also want to play. Hello, you have a second one. Yeah, it is doesn't. It's not very known under Square Enix. Norma side. Yes, it also has already a second one, the Mermaid's Curse. But this one, the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, came first, and it's very interesting. After I've finished Final Fantasy 2, I am going to play this again, and we I'm going to restart it again and replaying it again, because to go back into the gameplay that I'm already playing is it's been a year, I think. Let's see. Yes, 2025. Yeah, it has been more than a year that I've played it, but it's very, very interesting. It is like a visual novel and point and click game, but it has its jump scares. I hope you like jump scares. But I would recommend you this, Saucy, to play this at one point. I can recommend you that. I think it would come to this. I'll check it out. Yes. What? Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt and God. In that case, who is this a photo of? Uh oh. Who is the person wearing the nickel samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edward's attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm? Mr. White, let's hear your thoughts. Who is this person in this autograph? Profiles. Adrian Andrews. Adrian Andrews? If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. Engard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Engard that night. And how does that all add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item, a certain knife with Mr. Engard's fingerprints all over it. That knife that was used as a murder weapon? Why don't you just say that it is what you want, White? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Mr. Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corrida. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Oh my god! I didn't see that coming. Hell no. Order! 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 It looks like this trial has hit most unexpected development. Did it? Judge? I saw it from miles away, I saw it from miles away. Miss Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. Why do I think it's always Andrew and Adrian? My God. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kinda bad for us. Huh? What do you mean?
If Adrian Andrews is summoned to the court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day. Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya. Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. No! I clicked the wrong one. But I don't have anything left. No more evidence, no. Oh my god. I abhorred wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial. Oh, thank goodness. but we cannot continue due to unexpected development. Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honor. And what do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoena Miss Andrews' arm, happening according to plan. Even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What? 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 Oh my god, what are we doing, Edgeworthy? What are you doing? I remember this case, such a sad one. Oh, I heard this has a little bit of GL, of course, love. That is the woman who has taken her own life out of reason. We don't know. I don't know yet. Really, 100% reason. And then Adrian, who almost want to take her own life because of the other woman. Um, uh, of her mentor. What is the meaning of your statement, Miss Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness. Oh, everything was planned out in advance by that man. Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Oh, Edgeworthy. You're so cute. You're so cute, you know. So cute. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Miss Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Yeah. To be continued. I'm glad that Edgeworth got through because I didn't say, so I had to do all of that nonsense all again. If that was not the right way. Let me take a little bit of a sip for my drink. Let me take a sip for my drink. Yeah, I gave you a sip. Bozu. Yep. Bozu. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected. Adrian Andrews. She is a manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at the dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony, during the break, I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See? She could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hakama. Because he was the one that came to wake me up. Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered Chuan Kurida. But why? I thought she was buds with Chuan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you will see.
you see by the time this trial's over. It'd be alright. I'll catch you acquitted by the end of today. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring of breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude. Phoenix. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing self-harm note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impact's as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a self harm note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corrida, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida. How to get the suicide note back? That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated. Hi, Chicky, welcome back. Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of the ship. Don't let your guard down yet. I think Edgeworth is helping us. Did I already give you a shout out, Saucy? Oh, yes, I did. I did give you a shouty outie. Very cool. Very cool. Alright. Before we getting through with the next bit of this case, I hope we can. I think we are going to finish this case. Are we going to finish this case? Never mind, we are not going to finish this case. Okay. I was hoping we will be finishing this case today, but it isn't. I will take a break because there's going to be a 7-minute break in 7 minutes. There's going to be an ad break in 7 minutes. So I will now run the ads and then we will be back. See ya in 3 minutes. Annoyed. I thought it was the door that I closed. Oh. Maybe I should have played Outlast. This game is freaking me out more. Why you? I did close the door. Right? Did I? I think I did. I closed the door. I see you guys. Let's go outside again. Look at there he is. Alright. That's a little. Oh my god! Twice? Oh my god. You're kinda drunk, I think. Ah!
I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it.
Thank you for the follow! Oh my god! I'm sorry, I didn't get scared. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Oh, it's going upstairs. Alright. Alright, let's go back. I'm boy. Ah, never mind, I'm not brave, I'm not brave, I'm not brave, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Bitch, I cannot. Don't tell me to calm down. I'm a woman. Stuff. 100%.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. out of bounds to all students.
Hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous.
I was supposed to go here, okay? I was meant to go here. I knew where I was going. 100%. And I also know how I should get back to him. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, it's the same thing with Expedition 33. That makes you cry, but it immediately sucks you. Ah!
We are back.
It immediately sucks you in with everything that they have. Like,
let's get through the last bit of this day. Good, well now we convene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. Prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Gordia's room. What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Engard. I see. Now then, before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing. I would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you for the look. And thank you for the laugh. I would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. Ooh, nice, thanks. Making breakfast? I'm going to bed soon. Is it like making breakfast on a Sunday? Or on the Monday? Because you are in New Zealand. Are you like an entire 24 hours in front of us or 12 hours? After all, it was the topic of the certain weekly magazines recently. Ah, no. I have no idea what you mean. I never even heard of Gossipland. It should be Sunday. Ah, okay. So 12 hours from here. A little bit over 12 hours. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Gordia. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was fry and bait, madam. Or was that bait and fry? What reminds me of fishing? Oh, well, I just said fishing and Tigress is there to fish. I summoned Tigress. I is here. but I didn't kill him. How was your walk? An Atlantic cut? No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. Well, ADN, that is not me. I don't think you actually killed someone. I didn't. No. Don't look at me, please. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court. What happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place? When I found the body.
It was amazing. We saw a deer with her two babies walking ahead of us for a long time. Oh, she kept looking back at us. No. Thankfully, Loki didn't see them. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, you cute. Oh, you boy, you poopy. You poopy toopy. Well, where I work at stables, we have a terrier. We also have a terrier, a very small, a fat one. What was it? I think he grabbed a chicken, like a random chicken, and the chicken was immediately dead. And then there was where I live. I think not everyone knows where in what kind of place I'm living, but yeah, we also had chicken here and a not a hen, but a boy chicken. Is that a hen? Is the boy chicken a hen? I think it's a hen. And one of our neighbors also had something like a terrier, but also very small dog. But also quite a hunter dog. Chucky, what are you saying? Yeah, okay, I am not going to say that word. Oh, hen is a female. Well, I will say then a hen boy, and hen chicken, and a hen a cockerel chicken, a cockerel. Okay, I will say that a cockerel chicken. No, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. But I cannot say that word right now on YouTube. If it was only Twitch, I could have said it, but I cannot say it on on YouTube. No, it's okay, Chicky. It's okay. Don't be sorry. You know that is the word that you UKers, you English people, you British people used for that kind of animal. So don't be sorry. You know the British people should have been sorry for that. The British government. No. But yeah, that also. Oh, rooster. Yes, that is the one. That's the one that I was looking for. The rooster. Um, but yeah, that little dog also grabbed a freaking chicken out of nowhere. Just he went like seriously, he was hunting to that chicken. The chicken didn't live anymore, thank goodness. Well, not thank goodness, but you know, otherwise it would live with its pain and its wounds. So it was quite dead by then. As he was too scared to tell us because those chickens were a little bit of all of everyone, people that live where I live too. Um, as he was too scared to tell us. And the one thing that we all thought, like, yo, it's a freaking dog, you know, dogs do what dogs do. Nothing happened, okay? It's okay. Because there's one thing we were angry about. We had um um the people that make this place where we live. They really like to have pets. You know, that's one of the things that they really want. We cannot have pets at all. As people that live here cannot have pets, but they want to have a pet. So that's all cool. So we had to rabbit, two rabbits and two Kenya pigs. Now, what do we know about rabbits? Okay, rabbits we can have them at in the inside, inside in our home and outside. Um, Kenya pigs. Where should Kenya pigs live? You know, what's the answer? What's the answer for that? There's actually only one answer where Kenya pigs live. You know, is it inside the house or outside? Where is it? The answer is obviously obvious. It's inside. You know, guinea pigs should live inside because it's a victim animal. It's like literally an animal that is being preyed on. What did those people do? For whatever reason, they thought, oh, what fun, you know, all of those rabbits are outside. It would be fun to have those guinea pigs also outside. And we live in a neighborhood where there is a lot of animals. A lot of animals, a lot of cats, mostly cats. But we eventually had foxes around here too, but mostly cats. And what are cats doing? They're also hunters. They're also just walking around, trying to grab the mices and the rats that live here too, because we are having a mice plague here in our city. Why? But yeah, and I had a rabbit at that point too. Her name was Tambi, and it was very cute. She was so cute, so adorable. But that was the only pet that I ever got, and after that I couldn't have a pet anymore. Um, she didn't die though. She didn't die, so okay. Um, but yeah, so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to take care of the rabbits and the guinea pigs in a weekend, so the people don't have to come back for it. So one Sunday morning, I walked uh, to the place where the guinea pigs and the rabbits live. I come there, and the thing that I saw, that I immediately just turned around and just walked back, and I tried to call the people, like, yo, I just saw something that I didn't want to see, and that I didn't really was 100% uh mm, yeah. The only thing that I saw blood, and I saw a body, not the entire guinea pig, a body, just a body. The head was ripped off. There was blood. I didn't saw the second guinea pig. I didn't see it. So I thought, like, yeah, fuck. Like, yo, this little animal has to go. It cannot stay with the rabbits. And who in the freaking hell did even think that it would be okay to put freaking guinea pigs in a outside when little cats are? Those guinea pigs only live for a couple of weeks. They were with us for 1 week only. Only 1 week. They didn't even make a week. 6 days. They came on a Monday and they were gone on Sunday. It was like God making the world. You know? They made he made he made the world on Monday and had the rest on a Sunday. Yeah, that made us angry. That made us all angry. Like, yo, why did you even think it was a good idea? How in the freaking hell did you even came here to think about that? That made us angry. Um, like, oh, why? What's the reason? What's the reason, you little motherfuckers? There's no good reason. But yeah, after that, I immediately told them, yo, those weapons, they are your thing. I'm not going to take care of of them anymore, because they are actually not my responsibility. Those are yours. So do what you want, but I'm not going to do it anymore. See ya. I'm peacing out. Like hell, now I didn't write for that one. Pick that. It was time for the show to start. So I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in a crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Hold up! Stop! Wait a minute. Hell nah. You don't see a freaking dead body and then pouring a freaking glass of juice. Who is doing that? Girl, who is doing that? If I will see a dead body, I would literally turn away and try to find out, or at least trying to freaking call the police. Why would you pour yourself a juice?
Why? Had alcohol in it? But why? The freaking hell would you do that? Holy shoot. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. White, you may cross examine the witness. Phoenix is one cool and collected customer, as he has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head on confrontations. You should disturb her pacing. Disturb her pacing. She is the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Yes, ma'am. Uh, After that, I went to Chuan's podium. I was in shock. Yes, you were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculated person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had the romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock, and you can seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. I felt okay. Juice. Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock, and that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at that time. Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing? What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was he starting to say just now? Press further. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. Dot dot dot. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass on down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? Wow, damn, I'm stuttering here. The mess of the glass shards. It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell into the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume that the face was just another part of the mess. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add and I didn't touch anything else. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell into the bush.
present the guitar case. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar was wet with the water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. Uh-oh. That's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange. My goodness, the English is not coming out of my mouth. Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case. Uh, what? What is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. Oh, a starfish. The remains of the case of the vase are shattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case. Ah, what's your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Hmm. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is an dead end. The bright white guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing onto this case at all. That may very well, but however, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? Hmm. It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Make her testify. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. Huh? I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along. For now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. The guitar case. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the case face over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. But that's a very good excuse. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that is almost comforting. Anyway, I just go ahead and start the cross examination. Using any way to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. The guitar case. I suppose I must have opened percent the guitar case. Traffic cone. There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah! What is this, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was night at the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. That's strange. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? It's the wine glass. I have proof you. I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ah, even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Um, exactly. Order, order, order. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case, I believe that guitar case, excuse me, plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty though. But but the guitar, the bright red guitar, was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not a bright red guitar. A plus, A plus. Oh well, thank you. Am I A plus? Thank you, Tigress. That is a wonderful compliment. um, you don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case. Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrated. My brain is not braining today. My word does not want to come out of my mouth. My tongue is not tonguing? No, that is weird. My tongue is not doing its thing that I can speak correctly. My brain, yep. It's Friday, so it was. I think they probably thought like, yep, I'm turning it off. I'm done for this week. Goodbye. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lure us all into his misguided. No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the face fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. Oh, all of those. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. Ah, yeah, but we do. Hi, Miley. Thank you. Thank you for the like. I hope Vespo is going good. I hope the coaches are being grabbed. Wait, that is weird. That's very weird. I don't know what to say. I hope Vespo is going good. If you are sure, right, then I'm sure you can somehow oh, come on, oh, you know, I'm gonna be a little bit salty here. If America would have made the English language, I have been so much easier to talk about it. would probably have easier words. And it was the British people who made the English. And you had to be the smarty brains, no? The smiley brains. Please don't hurt me. Then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why the guitar case had anything at all to do with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. White? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You. I guess the judge Phoenix has the same brain cell there. So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, right? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? Profiles. Is it this? No. Oh, this one. Nickel Samurai. This is a photograph. Yes, but what is important is that is what is in the picture, Your Honor. In this picture, it doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. What? What? Mr. White, explain yourself. White, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out the costume? What insane point would there be doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Can someone give a little shouty out for Mylene? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? Hey. I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such Oh, come on, Edgeworth, you're a shitty person. Now you're shitty. Now you're freaking. Now you're using expensive words to make me slip up here, alright? You to support such preposterous idea. Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, he managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Oh my god. Order! Order! It looks like we have wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. So the real murderer was hiding inside the costume. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai costume would have been Mr. Matt and Guards. Why would something of the defenders be in the victor's room and inside the guitar case of all places? True. That's a little bailiffing, baffling. Yeah. Mr. White, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? It was a spare costume. Mr. Ingard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was the spare one. What? Then are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gateway Hotel? Yes, that is what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought this pair to the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Corrida, was the jamming ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such peculiar act? And in lies the sticking point. What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Huh? No, I just. Mr. White, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume, Phoenix? Are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. A Wapataki. Wapataki, have some fun. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim wore the nickel samurai's hair costume to the hotel was I have to present a ticket. If I can present a ticket. This one. A press conference ticket. What is this? On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you are not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Engard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida himself. the the victim? Yes. The spare nickel samurai costume was prepared for the very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference at the nickel samurai. Oh come on. Can I speak Dutch? Abstract. Well, it is one that I made though. He was going to dress up as the nickel samurai and hold a conference. But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I'm concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I do wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt and Garde. Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure. I'm so confused, guys. Chat, I am confused right now. Miss Andrews, I can see why you are pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say. The press conference was a setup by Juan. I'm so very confused. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up, and the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on jamming Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. He was going to ruin him? Huh? It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands. Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What? And do you know what this secret of Mr. Engard's is, Miss Andrews? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Ah, I see. I have probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt after all. protect Mr. and guard. And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could please tell us the truth about your behavior. Oh, I'm kind of done. Yes, Your Honor, I understand. Hey. My English is not Englishing meer. Not anymore. How long does this take? Okay, I guess I only have to press everything. Ooh, salmon! Ooh, nice. That is my favorite fish. Thank you, Tigress. I'm gonna eat it well. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had the feeling that Matt was the murderer. And was, of course. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. At the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button, the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. Does this account for everything? Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight onto this and turn her logic upside down. Upside down. Protecting Matt. Okay, I'm going to skim through a bit here. I have to press here because I mostly have to press everywhere. And you can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from Jamming Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the plates of Miss Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. White. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove anything. Please fix your testimony. I can stand the side of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mr. White's sake, please add this information to your testimony. That button was turned off of Juan during his fight with Matt. But I'm Matt's... Oh, no, wait. And then I have to present Juan's autopsy. This one. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of the death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume when? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it's impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in the fight. Ah, that's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was what's that word? This button was conspicuously pulled off the victim's already dead body. Order, order. What's the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What person did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not turned off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. White, does this mean? Does this mean that you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? To pin a crime on Engarde. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin a crime on Mr. Engarde. There is no way anyone would be blooded button in their own pants. That's right, Mr. Engarde was set up. By the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is, well, Mr. White, who in the world is the real killer then? Finally, I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Engarde, is Adrian Andrews. Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. You are Mr. Corita's killer. I choose you. What? What? I feel pie going. We're trying of a fish? That's not my face, Tigers, though. That's not me. I'm not a weird drawing of a fish. Order, order, order. Mr. White. This is very grave, madam. Well, I think if I put it on a very low chance, I would have pied my face so many times already. Now I always have a very good excuse to buy cream, have it in my refrigerator, and over time to actually eat it with my ice cream. I have a very good reason to buy whipped cream now. This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. What? How preposterous! You can't stick any of that on me. Why I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he already had been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Engord naturally. A knife covered in the defender's fingerprints would only be taken from his room. The only one who had dinner with him and knew about which knife to take was you. Tsk. Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Engard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own hakama. And the only person who could have put this button into Miss Engard's hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case?
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who would have known that there was a just blah, blah, blah. Who who could have known that there was just such a costume inside a guitar case? It would have it could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No, but Miss Andrews' fingerprints was nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right. That's because he did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the class of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic day's discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there is this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Engard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you are also kind of short in the stature, are you not? Please stop. No, we won't stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got it this time. Miss Andrews? I, I, I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. That bitch. Well, yes, you are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self incrimination by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Engard's room, Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Thinking hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Ah, all right. That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done. Ha ha ha. What's wrong, White? Are you finished already? You run out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial. Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of def- definitive proof. Oh my God. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida. Well, we have that though. We have that. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida? I believe this may lead to incriminate myself, so I will abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it will be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There is nothing to prove it either way. Besides,
You don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taking that deviant attitude again. Mimia, what should we do? Somehow, we have landed in the worst possible situation. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense theory that she's actual. The defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully with uh, subst- substantiated with solid, definite proof. But that's not true. In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. Recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And tomorrow's trial. Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get not a guilty verdict today, then please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This is not about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya. But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is. It's not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you? It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she had no right to withhold testimony. Yeah, yes, that is very true, but actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yeah, yes, and I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually, when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I have already. Before you speak, I want to state that you have a reason behind your actions. I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she was first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. Hmm. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read of him. Is he a friend or a foe? I just don't know. Is he a friend or a foe? I don't know. The court acknowledged the prosecution's request. And Miss Andrews, if you please. When I found the body, the glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over, tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some glass juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. You know, the funny thing is about this entire freaking game is that the testimonies can always change. Always change. It's always change. Well, in whatever kind of size or way, it is literally always uh, uh, changing. Let me snooze the ads because after this part, we are going to wait out. And it should be longer than 20 minutes, hopefully. So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? Now then, Mr. White, you may begin your cross examination. Okay. Present the crime photo. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body. Ah, what is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought there was a dead man. That's, well, you see, a weapon fish. Nice, Chicky. I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then nonchalant go pour something to drink. Your point is, Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all gone. It was all one giant lie. And and your lie has proven one thing very clearly. One face, yep, that you are the real killer. No. It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defender, Mr. Matt and God, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear. He is the one who killed you one. But you were the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because, Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I, I, I refuse to testify. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt and Guard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Matt and Garden. Oh my goodness, this is going on for so long, Your Honor. The prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? What? The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolutely real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you? Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt and God will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. Th- that's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was taught if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is he talking about? Has he lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Francesca von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lived by gripping tightly on the words of another, because he doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then right now, Miss Andrews is. Yesterday she was tossed in a lifesaver by Miss von Karma.
Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt and God will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and it's clinging onto them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I have ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is to get our not guilty. That's my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please, believe me. I didn't kill you one. Help. Please, someone, help me. Mr. White. Yes, Your Honor. The court can't continue like this. Therefore, I do like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? White, I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right? Come on now, what will you do? What kind of man are you? Force Andrews to testify, Mr. Phoenix, right? I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she is making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding. Mr. White, are you sure you know what you are doing? Sure, Mr. Engard would get an acquittal, but in his place you will be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however. What, what is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you are absolutely refused to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth, this witness, how should I put it, she has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to um, take her own life in the past. Stop it, please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence. I have the evidence right here. Ah, that that's that's the second part of the um uh, 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 taking say doing self harm reports. The attempted self harm report. What will you do now, witness? Um, you know what another epic. Oh, it's just another epic. You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews, the secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please, please stop. I beg you. If people find out, I'll. If you're going to say you choose death, that is no concern to me. Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. Damn, no matter what I have to do. So will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. Not that one. Nope. I'll talk, but please help me. No, nothing matters anymore. My crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room, and then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and whipped off the button,
Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience, and that's why. That's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. So he was already dead before she came, stabbed the body with the knife. But why would you do that? Isn't this obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person, a certain cowardly man. Wh- what do you mean by all of this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. Forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? So Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with the murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt in guard for murder. And it is her crime. Oh my god. Oh dear, it was like literal entire freaking circle that goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh my god. What? What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. White, please, get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. Oh my god. My crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is a part of Jamming Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted a bit down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd to wake him up and went to pour the juice. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Joanne, he was going to expose Matt's weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Joanne and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and a button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at the dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was snapping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it. Now, what a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stopped Juan's body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it on Mr. Engar's Hakama. Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go smoothly, do they? Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. There's Miss Orbeck for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for the certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up using the samurai costume. You were the one who prepared the costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes. Juan wanted to wear the costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret here. What is the secret? That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the nickel samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Engar's room and planted the button. Into Matt's hakama, yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I stuck it out of the hotel and get rid of it. My word, what does this all mean? Mr. Edwards, is it? The real criminal is Matt Engard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francisca, she said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, that Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. What this witness had done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor, the defense is still. White. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of the witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Edwards, please place Mr. Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That is all. Court adjourned for today. Well, I think we are a little bit fucked. Yikes. What's going to happen with Maya? Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I ask you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wonder if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. White also asked about this. It's a seashell. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. White. I remember it just now. I found found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him. You found that card? Next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Hold it. Witness, that card. Give it to me, hurry. Edgeworth? Don't you have any idea what you have stupidly intended yet inadvertently done? This, I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. That card.
What in the world is it? And what does it mean? Oh my god, it was a long one, you guys. It was a freaking long one. Oh my goodness, yes. We are going to stop here, obviously, even though we are literally stopping in a freaking ad break. Um, but yeah, I'm going to wait until the ad break is done. That's what I'm going to do. Don't install that. Uh, but we are going to stop here. To the title screen. And exit the game. Oh my goodness! I didn't know that this freaking part of the of the case was so long. Oh my goodness! I thought like literally because they said it's going to be a 1 day trial. I thought it was going to be a very short one, but apparently not. I hope that Maya is still freaking alive. I hope so. Like, oh my goodness, there's something going on with the card, obviously. I don't know. In the meantime, this is the wait message because I'm always forgetting that. So you can copy that. And in the meantime, I am going to look for uh, a wait, where to wait. I had some people in mind. Oh, what's this? What are they playing? Thank you. I have a feeling that this is something like Vesmo. Oh no, this is not like Vesmo. Never mind. I thought that it was like Vesmo. Is the ad done? Yes, guys. Thank you for getting through the ads. But I went over time. Now most of the times I'm actually only streaming for like 3 hours. But I thought, I'm at the end of this little part of the case, so I thought like we can just move on and go on. But it went really much. Oh yeah. For YouTube, bye YouTube. I'll be going. I will see you on Monday again with more Age of Tomorrow. Age of Tomorrow. Age Attorney. Phoenix Wright. I will be back.